Well, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the DBF Garage. So on today's video, we're back on the abandoned CR500. Now, if you guys don't know the history between myself and this bike, go back a couple videos and check this one out. It's kind of got a pretty cool story. I own the bike, I lost the bike, now I own it again. So it's time to bring this thing back to life and keep it forever. So on today's agenda, we're actually going to build the motor on this thing. So this is where we're at. I've already gone ahead and I've pressed in all the new crank bearings. I haven't done the sills yet because, as you guys probably know, the CR500s, the sills actually push in from the outside, and I'm going to use just a tickle of heat to set this crank in this thing, and I don't want to damage the new crank sills. Now let me show you the other goodies we got to go along with this build. I went ahead and I sent this cylinder up to Dave Lindsay, and he did a phenomenal job on this thing. He went ahead and bored this thing out and did all of his magic little tweaks and touches to it that he does. And as always, I'm super impressed with his work. He went ahead and he vapor blasted this cylinder, and it just, I mean, compared to what this thing looked like before, this thing looks brand new, better than brand new, actually off the shelf. And to top that cylinder off, my buddy Luke from Fathead Racing went ahead and he built me a cylinder head with the cheater button installed. You know, I got a bad wing, or bad, would it be a wing? No, I guess it'd be a leg. Got a bad knee on the right hand side, so you guys want your cylinder head? This is your guy right here. So the next step in doing this, I'm actually going to take and heat the inside race on this bearing just a wee bit. Not much, just a little guy bit right here and right here, but mainly right here. Not so much here, but here. Right. So all we got left to do is go down to the freezer where it's been sitting for about a week, wrapped in plastic, of course. We don't want any moisture on it. Yeah. And we'll drop it in this crank bearing, and we'll put the gasket on, and then we'll flop the other half of the case on it, and it should be good to go. Whew, that is cold. Holy cow. Jeez, can't even hold on to that thing. Perfect. I love it when it goes like that. Get it to go down on the dowel. It's hanging up right there on the dowel on the front, so I'm just gonna give it just a little tap. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Make sure everything still rotates happily. Oh yeah. Perfect. Before everybody blows the comments up, because heavens knows it's gonna happen. I know that they make installers. I actually own one. But for the CR500s, that's the simplest way I've found to put together a set of side cases and a crank. Now, I'm not saying that it is the right way or the wrong way. It's just how I do it. If you prefer to use a puller or a press or an installer, good for you. This is how I like to do it. So this is how I always do it, and I've had 0 failure rate. Just saying. Now that I I got the bottom end all put together, it's time to put on this good looking cylinder. I mean, come on now. Pretty. Now, when I had the motor sent off to Dave, he actually called me and says, "Is this thing running weird? Did it have a funny noise to it?" And I says, "Nothing out of the ordinary." And he says, "I found some really weird stuff going on with the rod inside of the crank." And so he sent the parts back with me, and let me show you what he found. See that really weird excessive wear on that thrust washer right there? Yeah, not on that side, but it's on that side. And you can actually see where the rod has came in contact with something. So, very strange, really weird wear, like the rod was not seated all the way to one side, and the actual bearing on the cage, you can see there, was wearing on one side a little bit more. So what I don't really know what was causing that, but I have an idea. So when I tore this thing apart, you've actually got these dowels that go in the cylinder right here to help center this thing this way. It was actually missing one of these cylinder dowels right here that center the cylinder to the lower cases. So I've gone ahead and I've bought 2 brand new dowels to go inside the cylinder. That way I'm making sure that everything is running out true and correct. So hopefully we don't have this problem again later on down the road. So let's get these things installed, get the piston thrown on, and get this top end put together. That's a satisfying sound. Okay. Just a tickle of oil on the rings and around the piston to make it happy. Oh yeah. We'll do the same thing on the inside of the cylinder. Not much, just a little bit. Get it over those dowels and we'll be good to go. Perfect. So I got it all torqued down. Now we just got to make sure the piston goes up and down with no binding. That thing is smooth as glass. Love it when a plan comes together. Real nice. She's going to be a runner. So I guess for the cherry on top of the, CR 500 Sunday, we're gonna put the old Fathead Racing cylinder head on it. And like I said, Luke hooked me up. Got the old, here comes the dogs. Got the old man kick it easy switch on it. And this thing works, it's half as good as it looks. I think I'll be pleasantly surprised. Now I have one of these on my 250, you guys have probably seen. I've been pretty happy with that cylinder head, so I'm looking forward to this one. Let's get her thrown on. Now obviously this motor's not going to be running today. I still got quite a bit of work to do on the clutch side and get the clutch pack put in and the shifter, all the things, all the stuff, ignition and whatnot. But this is a slow build. I get that. You also got to understand that I'm doing this pretty much on a budget as I can afford to build this bike. So it's going to take just a skosh longer than a lot of the other guys. So that being said, I appreciate you guys that have been following along on this build and all my other videos and all my dedicated fans. It means more to me than any of you will ever know. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.